Next poem I'm going to give is a mixture of 3 stories. And I'm mad about my Irish mythology. So, I don't know if you know, Bridget was actually originated from a pagan goddess, Saint Bridget. And I got mad into it. And as I was reading more and more and meeting more characters and talking about me nanny and hearing all these different stories, a poem fell out of me. Bit like a bit of diarrhea in the morning after you have a couple of too many pints. But anyway, I digress. This is the tragedy of Christy O'Sullivan. He recalls their glorious days of youth. I know if they roved into the fields and their ventures to the sea. See, vernacular tones are virtually held in a manic dance of violent tongues was he was a Protestant, see, and she was a Catholic. See, religious motifs are pictured above their lowly cabin door. Her religion was her own, not one of inheritance, despite the stained glass windows that displayed pure godliness. And sure, it wasn't a sin to love across the wall. Oh, she was glorious. Gracious in her presence, her name, it was Bernadette, a Bridget. Weaving her crosses into funny shapes were spreading a blanket below burrowed feet. And with it, Christy buried his heart. See, you are the shame of our family, both sides screamed, but sure, both sides of the tide roared a ruptured tune, for it was backwards blasphemy in a way. For how can one profess love and yet in the face of it simply deny its exasperated cry? Our days are numbered. And love is not a blanket that stretches across the land, but see, I recall that we got married in the Catholic church down the road from where you were born. And I suffered. Our firstborns died. Our second was born with a heart too small to beat. And with it, Chris's heart bled, as the Bernadette's. And when we had our first son and we bought his first pair of shoes, we had them bronzed, brazenly proud of our feet. For we both were discarded by those who proclaimed to love us. For that we should love ourselves despite our own familial failure, so let us greet each other with a kiss. Love that is transfixed deserves to be transferred. Now see, we have 6 pairs of bronzed brogues now, and they sit by the sitting room window, ornaments, tales of our glorious tragedy. And she never forgave herself. Our firstborns never even got buried, just evicted from the temple of your womb. Their tiny bodies carried away and discarded without a name, and with it you slowly began to forget your own, despite the warmth of your children's touch. For you can never let go of the children you never knew. You just cherish your childlike memories, wishing them a wonderful will. And when I saw you boil the kettle today, you burnt the coil because, well, there was no water in it. And she made tea 9 times a day while simple pleasures were forgotten. She is in simplicity the source of sound cipherings. See, our children have grown. And we are old now, and it is a love that we profess despite our inability to progress through the pronged fences of the walls of home that I believe to make you capable of recognition. I love you, Bernie, but I am old too. My fall the other day from the back garden step broke my hip. I just physically cannot help you anymore. I have betrayed you. And in the betrayal belies a wound that not even love can protect. Like you to protect us from the stones that are thrown at our house, because don't forget, I was a Protestant. And you were a Catholic. And when our son called around there for tea the other day, well, you didn't remember he was there after he left. And through the absconsion of your absent, ardent mind, burning with the absolute horror to face your beloved thoughts, Christy signed the papers that were set in front of him. And some old house to be your home, with a blue inflatable mattress as your bed. And Bernie believed she was going in to have bloods taken. And a year passed. And then a second. And Bernie forgot her family name and a god was neither a Catholic or a Protestant. But the carer said that she's a nice lady. So they tell Christy every day when he hobbles up the driveway to the old house in his blue rollator. And they were laughing, saying that maybe Christy should be in the old house too. But to him, the carers can never understand that Bernie is not just a nice lady. She is an immaculate Saint Bridget of Ireland. And Chris's heart ached with ache that you or I can never understand. And she's dying. and the two once young lovers are tangled and entwined in one final embrace. But she forgets that final hug. Now she cried out in the middle of the night in her final moment of clandestinely illicit clarity for her husband, her Christy, to be by her blue mattress bedside. Well, Christy didn't know, and Christy forgot. Thank you.